I get the brownies.
What's up, cave dwellers? All right, so we're gonna bake tonight. And we're gonna make a graveyard brownie so that you can send it with your kids to school, or you can send it to work with your spouse, whatever you want to do. So we have obviously already pre-baked a bunch of stuff. And so let's talk about the ingredients that we're going to use. You're going to need you're going to need brownies, right? Obviously.
What's your favorite kind of brownie?
These are the brownies that we're using. This is it's coming out of the oven now. This is what's going to be going in. So we're doing Duncan Hines because we're too lazy to bake them from scratch, which is how we usually roll here. But for the sake of the video, we are not going to make them from scratch. We are going to make them from a box. So you'll need eggs, oil, water, and your favorite box mix. The other thing you're going to need is almond bark, 2 colors, white and brown, or the little baking discs that you can get at Michael's. You can get those at the grocery store. They're cheaper at Michael's, and you get more of them at Michael's. But the almond bark has no flavor to it, so you can put your own flavor to it if you want, or you can just go flavorless. So I like this. It melts easy. You also need a pot that you can melt the chocolate in. Okay, so that's going to be something that you can boil water underneath and then put another pot on top. If you don't have a pot like that, then you can makeshift one by just putting 2 pots. Put one on top of a smaller one on top of a bigger one. And then just keep an eye on the water that's in the bottom of it so that it doesn't dry out in the bottom. And then you're just like cooking an empty pot. That would be bad news. You'll know it smells bad. You are going to need that to make your tree for the graveyard. You are also going to need that to make your gravestones if you choose Route 1. Route 1 is a mold, and you put the chocolate in the mold, and then the mold hardens. The chocolate goes back to its solid state, and you have your gravestones. Or you can get Milano cookies, these little guys, and they make really good gravestones as well. You can cover them with white chocolate. You can marble the chocolate up, or you can just draw on them and write RIP or whatever your favorite thing is with, just get one of those icing pens. That's the easiest way to write on the Milano cookies. The molds will already have all that stuff on it. So we have already made our tree, and to make your tree, you're going to melt down some chocolate, and you're going to put it in a baggie, and then you're going to cut a hole in the end of your baggie. You're going to get some wax paper. This is the easiest way to do it. You're going to put your wax paper down. And I like to put a white napkin underneath of it so I can see where I'm going. If you are not artistically inclined, then have somebody either draw this for you on a piece of paper, or you can go online and you can get a stencil. And then you just follow the stencil with the chocolate, and it'll give you the shape of the tree that you want. And it doesn't even have to be you don't even have to have a stencil. You can just find a picture of a tree you like and just follow it, because all you're doing is an empty tree. So you take your chocolate, and when I made mine earlier, I was using a wash rag around it because it was super hot. You take your chocolate, here, let's go down here. And you just draw your tree. My chocolate might be too cold now. Yeah, it is.
How do you make the chocolate now?
And apparently my fingernails have put a hole in the bag. All right, guys, my chocolate has gotten too close to room temperature. So we're gonna stick that off to the side. Bring out the one that I made earlier. All right, so this is what it looks like. And I stuck mine in the freezer so it would get hard, like real hard. And then you just peel it off the wax paper and it'll be ready to stick in the graveyard later when we need it. So for the sake of keeping our tree safe, it's going back in the freezer, but that's what our tree looks like. I went to Walmart, I think, Big Lots, maybe I got this. And I bought this, and it has a bunch of fun Halloween stuff in it. And I bought this specifically because it had some really adorable little bats in it. So we're going to use our almost room temperature chocolate that's falling apart over here as glue. And we're going to put some bats in our tree. Before we stick it back in the freezer. Yay, our little Halloween bats. All right, so we're gonna put our bats back in the freezer. So they stick to the tree. You can put little eyes in your tree so it looks like there's an owl or ghosts or something in there. You can do whatever you want. Decorate your tree any way you want. This is the Camaro Cave, so obviously our tree has to have bats. Okay, so this is the gravestones that I made for the ones going to work with Andy. This is what it looks like. Mine just happens to have skulls too. But all we're making are the actual tombstones. And so they are in the freezer getting hard. So we're going to leave them in here. And I have already mixed together the brown chocolate and also a little bit of the white chocolate with a little bit of the brown chocolate. You're also going to need these guys to put in your graveyard. So some pumpkins, they can be that brand or they can be whatever brand you like. You're going to need shredded coconut, not coconut chips, not chunks, dry shredded coconut. Then you're going to use food coloring. You're going to put your coconut into a plastic baggie with several drops of green food coloring, and then you're going to shake the bag around until you get your grass. Your coconut is going to turn into grass, and it's going to look like this. Okay, we're already pre-ready for that. Let's see, what else do we do? Oh, you're going to need dirt. Dirt is Oreos. So you're going to use a lot of baggies, y'all. Okay, so your Oreos, you're going to twist them open. You're only going to keep the dark side. I use a cute little butter knife. You're going to take off the white part. Keep only the dark part. And we're going to eat this. You're going to put the dark part in a baggie. And I have already done this to multiple cookies, just for the sake of time. And then you're going to take a rolling pin. And if you've got kids at home, this is a good place for them to help out. You're going to take the rolling pin and beat the junk out of the bag. Be careful not to blow a hole in the bag. Okay, so now you're going to have very finely chopped up Oreo cookie, the black part of the Oreo cookie. That's going to be your dirt. We're going to need that. What's up, Bridget? Hi, Linda. Hi, David. How are you doing? Bridget, you got the girls with you tonight? Oh, this little box doesn't. Oh, yeah, it does. Okay. All right. So I think that is everything. All right. So here's our brownies. Cooled off and ready to go. Oh, you need frosting. Which, again, we are cheating. And I normally make my own frosting out of shortening and confectionery sugar, powdered sugar. But we are cheating tonight. So we are going to use, what are we using? We're using Betty Crocker. Andy likes the milk chocolate, so we're using the milk chocolate. Oh. Or did you want the dark chocolate? The dark chocolate's out, babe.
Whatever.
Okay. So, got my little frosting spreader, and it's been at room temp, so I don't have to worry about it. If you kept it in the fridge, then you need to get it at room temp, or it will rip up your surface. So we're gonna get this out of here and just drop a whole mess of it. It's just probably gonna take all of it, so we're just gonna drop it all down there. So we're gonna get all this out of there. And we are going to frost our brownies. I know that's weird. You don't usually frost brownies, but in this case, guys, we're frosting brownies. Ooh, how many of you guys have seen Abigail and Kaylin said thank you for their goodies? Oh, they got their box. That's awesome. I couldn't not put something in the box for you guys. You guys had to have goodies too. So where was I? Oh, how many of you guys like the corner pieces? So the crunchy corner pieces? That's like my favorite. Like I'm all about the corner. The crunchy ones. So there is a brownie pan that has metal that runs, it looks like a maze that runs all through the center of it, and it makes the entire batch of brownies corners. Oh my God, y'all. I have not come across the pan yet, but should I come across that pan, it will be in my baking arsenal. Because if I remember correctly, Andy's a corner guy too when it comes to brownies. All right. So try to make your brownies look like the ground. Try not to make it look like super swirly. Try to make it look like either something that got mowed or, you know, I try to make it in rows. All right, so there's our brownies. And we are ready to start doing our graves. So we're going to do a combination of the cookies and the graveyard stones that we made. Let's go get them out of the freezer. Hopefully they're ready. So they're little silicone. They're really easy. They're like pushing out ice cubes. So just, they have corners, some intricate corners. So just be careful. When you do, turn them inside out to get the graveyards out, or gravestones out. All right, guys. So there is one of our tombstones. Kind of cool. All right. I'm gonna return our almost a tree back to the pan. Push out our tombstones. These are great. I love these silicone candy molds. The other way you can get them are like this. They're a little harder to get the candy out. This is something I'm making later tonight. They're actually chocolate pop mummies, sarcophaguses, mummies.
One of those, babe.
Inside of coffins. Then I do those dual colored for Andy to take to work. So they'll get made later tonight after we go offline, since I'm already melting chocolate. Yeah, these are pretty cool. We have a lot of these different molds. Over the holidays, I always send stuff like this to work with Andy, and you just throw them in there and wash them, and they wash up pretty easily. Can you get out of the... All right, so we've got those tombstones. We've got these tombstones. These are pretty easy. You just sit them in there. They all have different sayings on them. So kind of cool. Don't handle them too much because you'll melt your fingerprints into them. Okay, so we have this is our graveyard. You can use pretzel sticks. You can mine has to sit overnight. So any of these kinds of cookies, pretzel sticks, anything like that that's soft, you want to be really careful putting them in and then sticking them in the refrigerator overnight, because they'll soak up the moisture of the brownies and the frosting and get mushy and gross. So that's stuff that you want to prepare and then put into your graveyard right before you take it and give it to everybody to eat. I don't worry so much about that with these guys because the chocolate isn't going to do any weird anything. So we're just going to start putting our gravestones in the graveyard. Either decide whether your graveyard's going to go this way or whether your graveyard's going to go this way. Mine always goes this way. And for the most part, people are going to cut their brownies kind of based on how you've placed your tombstones. So kind of beware of how you're putting them in there. One of these years, I'm gonna make what are those big rooms?
Escape room.
No, the rooms where people, the tombs where people put their.
Mausoleum.
Yeah, mausoleum. One of these years, I'm gonna make a chocolate mausoleum to put in our graveyard.
Pick it up and show the camera.
All right, so we've got our gravestones in place. And now we're going to start decorating. The tree is the very last thing that goes in. I'll put it in tonight for the sake of you guys, and then I'm going to pull it right back out, and Andy has to put it in by his own self.
Did you show the tree?
I did show the tree. Andy has to put it in by his own self tomorrow, but he's got several years of experience with this now, so he knows how to handle his tree.
I handle trees, babe.
All right, babe, you handle your tree? Okay. So we're going to go into our cookie, and we're going to make a couple of fresh graves, just random. And we're going to put some cookie out in front of the tombstone and give it the appearance that it's a fresh grave. So in goes the dirt, front of the tombstone. For our fresh grave. So we're going to do a couple of those. Scatter them around. I usually do like one in each row. If you're super creative, you can get flowers and all kinds of stuff to put on your graves. All right, so we've got a fresh grave in each row. We got three fresh dead people in our brownies. Kind of cool. So we're going to dig in here. This is kind of fun. We've got some skulls. I'm going to stick a skull coming out of one of our fresh graves. We've got some weird bones too. I don't know that they're really correct as far as size goes, but we're going to use them anyways. We're going to stick some bones in there. Make it look like our fresh dead people are not ready to go in the ground yet. And we're just sitting them on there. They're not anything real fancy. Somebody will get some extra sugar in those pieces. Okay. So we have an empty grave spot back there with no tombstone because that's where the tree is going to go. You're going to want to make sure that you cut a spot for your tree. So take your little butter knife and just go all the way down to the bottom of the pan and just make yourself some space for that tree, that chocolate tree to go in there. Because if you don't, it's going to be really, you'll break your tree trying to push it in. All right. Okay, so we got a hole for our tree. We got our little graves going on. Now we have graves that have been there for a while. So that's where our grass comes in. Obviously, we want some grass around our tree. So we're going to put some grass around where our tree's going. And we're going to put some grass around our graves that have been there for a while. They're mostly manicured. And then just kind of throughout the graveyard, just put some more grass. We don't want our graveyard to look like super ancient with no grass. All right, so we got some grass in our graveyard. Then we're gonna go get our pumpkins because it's October. We're gonna make sure all of our graves are decorated nice. We're gonna put some pumpkins near our graves. Put them near the ones where the people aren't trying to get loose.
That's really good.
And we'll put one over where our tree is gonna go. Once the tree gets in there, we can probably put some more in there. All right. What do we got in here? We got some fun stuff in here. We got some ghosts. We can put some ghosts near some of our graves.
Trying to do something.
So there's some little ghosts in there. So yeah, we'll put some ghosts near the graves. That looks like spiders. Are these spiders?
Mm-hmm.
No, these are bugs. These are like centipedes. I think we'll have the centipedes coming out of the ones that have dirt. So we'll put some crazy looking little centipedes. On there. And I'm not going to put anything else in it. All right, so we're going to go get the tree, and for the sake of showing you guys what this looks like, we're going to stick the tree in, and then we're going to take the tree back out so Andy can take it to work and not drive around with the tree. Okay, so we've got our tree, and now our tree, the bats and stuff are in the tree and they're staying. Like I said, you can put eyes, little eyes in your tree. You can put some leaves in your tree. You can put whatever you want in your tree. So here's our tree. And if you really want to get intricate with it, usually I do, you can take a toothpick and kind of put the lines of the tree in it. But the tree goes in that hole that we created. Just like that. And then you have your graveyard. Andy's trying to get all crazy with light here. You have your graveyard with your bat and your trees and your ghosts and your pumpkins and everything. And you guys saw how incredibly easy that was to make. Super, super easy. Now, I did some prep work. Probably the hardest thing that you're going to have to make is this tree. And again, like I said, if for whatever reason you are not artistically inclined, put a stencil down underneath of it, but it's really easy to draw. All right, so there we go. Yeah, behind it is not really, don't lift it too much. All right, guys, so there is your graveyard that you make from scratch. Kind of cool. Don't move around too much, maybe you'll lose your tree. Kind of fun. Straight from the Camaro Cave. All right, guys, anybody have any questions? Let me pick this up. Super easy to make. A little bit of prep work, not much.
It doesn't cost much either.
And it doesn't cost much. I mean, the most expensive thing that I bought was the brownie mix, probably. And then everything else was, you'll have lots of leftovers. I can probably make, with all of the candy and all the chocolate and everything that I have, I can probably make like 8 or 9 of these and not have any problem filling these graveyards. So super fun. And again, guys, you can use these cookies. My only tip for you, if you do use these cookies in place of the graveyard, is don't put them in there until you're ready to put your graveyard out in front of everybody that's going to eat it, because these will get soggy. Questions, anybody? Tips? Anything anybody wants to know?
Anybody going to be trying it?
Super, super easy. I can't wait to see everybody's graveyards. Oh, baby, we have a couple of pumpkins with no like green tops to them.
No one switches up.
Weird pumpkins. Questions? That doesn't seal very well.
Well, most of the stuff you can get at Big Lots because they're going out of business. So all this stuff was on clearance. Well,
the food stuff wasn't.
Yeah, but a lot of stuff was on clearance.
But this is like $5, and this will last forever, and you can do all kinds of stuff with it. It's got bugs, skulls, pearls, bats, pumpkins, bones, eyeballs, little eyeballs, big eyeballs, ghosts, and of course these little guys. Man, I remember when these were like 99 cents a bag. They're like $2.99 a bag now, but do your grass in small increments. That way you can use it later, because we will be baking with the cave again at Easter, and we'll be using this again. And this stuff, if you keep it in one of these Tupperware containers, even the rest of it, will keep for a really, really long time. So, because it's just dried coconuts, so it's not going bad as long as you take care of it. So I keep my green stuff, and then I've got like pink coconut and all kinds of stuff, because we'll make bunnies around Easter that are a lot of fun. And then, Oreo cookies. I mean, your kids, your husband, everybody eats Oreo cookies. And you can get, because you're not really mowing down on these Oreo cookies for their intended use, you can get 99-cent box of cookies. We found a 99-cent box of cookies at Walmart, I think, that are those same kind of cookies. They're just not name brand. You're crunching them up and making dirt, y'all. And then I keep that dirt in one of these too, and it lasts for quite a long time. So yes, your initial jumping in might be a little bit of money, but this is super adorable, and everybody will be so impressed because they know that everything in here was pretty much handmade. So super easy, and they're so delicious. And you can get really, really crazy and put cream filling. I've been known to put gummy worms inside of it. You can make it with cake. You can do a graveyard and cake instead of brownies. You can just put your own twist on it. But I have been known to sneak some gummy worms in a couple of pieces. Don't bake them in there because they'll get all nasty. But after the fact, you can put some gummy worms in there before you frost it. I didn't do it to this particular graveyard, but you can hollow out the brownie in front of a grave and make the grave empty. Put the dirt to the side and put like bones inside the grave. Like you can go nuts. You can do all kinds of different things. This one I kept really simple, but just get creative. You can do all kinds of fun stuff. So questions, guys? No questions? Okay, so I guess we're going to do a giveaway. So we have a Chevy coin It's blank on the back, but we have a Chevy coin, and I don't have my glasses on. It says Chevy salutes, Chevy cares on the outside.
For military.
So it's kind of cool. And the bow is yellow and green, like half and half. It's really cool. Let me see if I can get it close enough for you guys to see. And it comes in its own little pouch. So we're going to give this away tonight. And I didn't know we were going to give this away tonight. So do we have a question?
Well, who wants one? Because you got a couple people here. I'm sure everyone can get one.
Are we just going to give these away to the watchers tonight? Is that what we're doing?
That's what it seems like.
Okay, so everybody who signed in tonight to watch Graveyard Making, we're just going to send these to you. So Bridget, Linda, baby, I need a pen.
They can email.
No, just give me a pen. Okay, so Bridget, Linda, David. Is anybody else on? Or are you guys being shy and you don't want to tell us who you are? Really?
Sure not.
Take this thing. All right, so we got Bridget. Out of every pen in the house, you brought me one that didn't work.
Really?
The only pen in the house that doesn't work, babe.
If it doesn't work, it goes in the trash. Oh, mess with pens.
Okay. All right. This one doesn't work either. Where are you getting the pens? Okay, here we go. This one works. Bridget, David, Linda. Oh, look at the guys. Look at the guys talking now, babe.
The guys came in.
The guys are
Talking
talking.
for some free things. The guys show up.
Look at that. Greg's like, I'm in. All right. Greg gets one. Bridget gets one. Let's see. Did I get David? I got David. Okay. All right. So if we're mailing you stuff, you got to be a member. You got to be in green. It's really easy to become a member. All you got to do is go down to the bottom. We have, it's at the bottom, right? I can't see it on my end. And there's 3 different levels. You can RS, you can SS, or you can ZL1 level. So we made levels that are super affordable. Or you can go balls in and like ZL1 it. So, all right. So Greg was he was signed in as somebody else. He was like, it's me, I'm here. Here's my green. I love you, Greg. I love you.
And
okay,
you
my
also
miss.
get access to our videos early now.
Right, you get access to our videos early now, and eventually we're gonna get our junk together and have like other stuff. But right now, this is where we live. All right, so I've got Bridget, I've got Linda, I've got David, I've got Greg / SOU5111 or whoever that was. Anybody else? I know, David's a proud 11-month member. Check him out. All right, so
You're the man, David.
So 4. All right, so we got 4 of these coins going out. I can handle that.
So can I.
That's easy for Andy to do. Yay! We don't have to find weird shaped boxes for these. All right, guys, that was fun. I'm glad that you guys were here to watch it.
Did everyone get their spices? and have them try them.
Everybody who won spices, I know Bridget got hers. Neil, that means Neil got his because they were in the same box. David, did you get yours?
Has anyone tried that yet?
David's giving away memberships again. Christina was given a membership.
Welcome, Christina, to the Camaro Cave.
Oh, Christina gets a coin. Christina, I need you to send me an email at thecamaroCave@gmail.com. The Camaro Cave, all run together @gmail.com. So that you need to tell me that you were watching tonight and that we were sending you a coin, and give me your address so that I can mail this out to you, or so I can get it ready for Andy to mail it to you. So lots of fun, guys. Super glad that you were here to watch. Trying to, just mix things up so it's not always just sitting on the couch with car stuff. Real life stuff. Like we gotta eat. We have to go to work. We, might as well go to work and take something for everybody and, give yourself some kudo points. So brownie points. Woohoo! Brownie points. Oh, it looks like G7's in here too. So we'll send a coin to G7 too. Neil sneaking in at the last minute. So awesome, guys. Good to see you. We are going to sign out because we haven't eaten, and Girl Cave is always short. So Andy's pointing and doing all kinds of stuff. Andy, why don't you just come over here and say what you need to say?
New video drops tomorrow. And then
come on.
Come on. Friday and Saturday. You got this.
Come on. I know you can't stand not being on the camera. Come on.
It's okay. It's all you, babe.
Come tell them what you need to tell them.
You got this.
I don't got this. So come on over here and tell them what you need to say.
You got this.
Baby. Baby. Oh my goodness. All right. So what do you want these nice people to know?
New video drops tomorrow. And another new video drops on Saturday. Yeah. That's it so far.
And David's giving out. No, David's making donations. Is that?
Oh, we appreciate that, David.
Oh, thanks,
and
David.
We didn't forget about you. We are looking for a charity. So don't you worry. We are still on the case for the charity.
We
for
are
the Carolinas.
Yep, we are sending, because it's not like they're going to get that cleaned up this week. So, so for the 2 hurricanes, if anybody wants to help with the hurricane relief, just send it our way and we'll get it out to them. We just don't want to send it to something that we don't think is actually going to make it there. And maybe we won't do that. Maybe we'll send food, or I don't know, but we're going to get some kind of relief to them, to let them know that the Camaro drivers of the world are thinking about them and want to help them out. So anything that you guys send us, we'll make sure it gets that way. Is that it? And then, of course, if anybody makes this, please send me pictures, girls. And
What Tony found today.
Yeah, I found this at Walmart when I was picking up stuff for our brownies. Stars and Stripes Camaro. So if anybody makes the brownies, send us pictures. And if anybody goes and does any trunk or treats or fun shows this weekend, please send us pictures of that as well. And we will flip that stuff around and put it out for the rest of the Camaro community.
We're doing pumpkins this weekend.
Oh, yeah, pumpkins. We want to see your guys' pumpkins. I'm sure we'll film that as well. So you guys be safe. Wear your seatbelts. Keep the faith. And Camaros safely away for the winter. We'll probably do that. We'll do a video on that. I'll do a video on putting your Camaros up.
David, thank you so much, David. I really appreciate it, man. You don't have to do that. You gave us another $15. Save us another 15. You're the man, brother.
We will probably do another put your Camaro up for winter video so that you guys know what you need to do. So, all right, guys, peace out. We will see you next Wednesday, and we'll come up with something else to cook or eat or something for Girl Cave in 2 weeks. Bye, guys.
Night, y'all.